Yeah, the first thing I was going to ask you, yeah, is there's two questions to this. So the first bit is, do you think that do you think people should and can turn up to your house
Do
unannounced?
you know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Oh, I want to say yes.
Does it depend on the situation as well? Like, does it, and who it is? Because that's another thing. Does it matter who it is, or is it just like a sort of blanket, like zero tolerance
Zero
to it?
tolerance.
Zero tolerance, man.
I want to say, and obviously it's going out there now, so I can't take it back. I want to say, for me personally, I don't mind that because that's how I used to just live in it, where friends would just come and knock for me. Might not always be going out, but they come knock for me and they just might chill at mine or something. It's different if it's not just you living in that space. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it does depend who it is, but I don't know nobody mad where I'm thinking I don't want them just rocking up. So if you just said, look, you're in London, just knocked at the door and you just it's calm, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like same with Jesse. There's a load of people. I can't really think of anyone. I can, but I'm not gonna say it on here. But
You don't want to say
no, no. There's
it.
I think there's probably about two people. I think if they're just turning up, it depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, sorry to answer your question simply, you could just rock up. It's calm.
See, you just hit the nail on the head, though. I'm glad you just said that last bit. That's what I was waiting for you to say. You said it depends on what I'm doing, right? So
Yeah,
here's the second part of the question. Because I was thinking, I was having a conversation about this earlier today, and I thought, yeah, let me just ask you. But so say for instance, yeah, someone just turns up to your house. Are they allowed to just open the door and like invite themselves in, or do you expect them to knock? Or if you got a ring doorbell, press the ring doorbell, or can they? If it's someone like me or Jesse or whoever, can they just like unannounced as well? Remember, they haven't WhatsApped or nothing. They're just turning up. Can they just come in and then just open your door like they live there and then just walk in and
like
go,
an
oh, you're
American
right.
thing. Yeah, where there's no locks on the
Yeah,
doors.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No locks. I had to
Yeah,
think
I
about
had
that
to
one,
think.
innit?
So yes, but this is because of the people. Yeah,
Swear.
because growing up, the home for
Okay.
me, home was just it was home, but it's that kind of open doors policy where even if I'm not saying loads of people got my keys, but let's say for example, I don't know, I'd say look, here's some spare keys. I'm calm if I come home one day and you're just chilling in the yard, innit? As long as it's not mad like you're waiting there like trying to scare me or anything like that. But some people want to play pranks, but no, if I just came in and you're just playing FIFA on my TV, yeah, that's
You'd
yeah,
be
that's
alright.
fine.
You'd be alright with that. I don't know, man. I thought, you know what? I generally thought you was gonna say no to both of them. I generally thought you was gonna say no, 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 that can't happen.
No,
That's
but
mad.
that's yeah,
It's not mad. It's not mad in the fact that you said that. I don't mean it's mad like that. I just mean like I didn't think you was gonna say that.
yeah, because I think it's because of the people I know. If you asked me 10 years ago, I'd say no. It would be a small list of two or three, but everybody I know would be respectful in my yard, and anybody who, let's say, just needs a little bit more guidance. I'm thinking of like the youngers, like just, couple cousins or whatever. They come, they like eat off the food and they don't wash up and stuff. Then I'd have to say, look, you got to tidy up after yourself. But if they just came and ate the food and because I'm thinking about when I was growing up, and certain time I might just roll up to someone's yard, and I've got friends now where I could just knock on their door. If they're in, then they'll just accommodate me. Do you know what I mean? So that's me, but I have a feeling that your view on this is really different. I can hear you laughing already.
Listen, no, because you know what it was. Yeah, I had a conversation, and I was like, this conversation stemmed, yeah, because like Like my missus, she don't care. My wife, she don't care. She'll just like, her family are very much like what you just described. Then, like, there's no like ringing. Are you free? Are
Mm.
you in? Are you free? I was gonna call around. There's none of that. Or when like, I mean, it stopped here now. Don't get I put a stop to that because to me it's just no, it's
No,
just
I
mad and
understand.
like
I understand. I
I can't
understand.
process that bit. But like even the other day, like when we went to visit someone, like my wife just like knocked, but
Mm.
while she was knocking, she's basically opening the front door at the same time, and I'm like, oh, no, you can't just do that because we don't know what these people are doing in the house. They could be doing anything in the house.
But
Remember, they could be doing
but this
anything, whether it's
yeah,
daytime,
this is
nighttime.
why because I'm gonna say,
Do you get what I'm saying?
where have you got that mindset from in the first place? That anyone could be
What do
doing
you mean?
anything in the yard.
Nah, but it's their house. So listen, if I'm in the daytime, imagine like obviously I ain't got no kids around or nothing. I could be doing anything with my wife in the house, and you just open the door, and do you get what I'm saying? Like it could be any room. I don't have to be in the bedroom doing a madness. I could be doing it in the kitchen, in the living room, anywhere, on the stairs. It don't matter. So my point is, like, imagine you just walk in and you just see it, and you're one phone call, one little WhatsApp. I'll be round in 20 minutes. Are you free now? Or are you not free? Or not? I'll wait at the front door. Because the reason I don't like it is because sometimes like you might not be in a mood
Mm.
for company. You might just want to be on your own or whatever. And I find it mad that like sometimes people just turn up. Do you get what I'm saying? Or I might want to watch the World Cup final. That's happened to me before, where like people just turn up. You're like the World Cup finals on. Like the one time it comes on 4 times, you gotta wait 4 years
And
for the
someone
next
come and
one.
mash it up.
And so yeah, like come on, man, just times for. Do you know what I mean? So I always think, no, don't just turn up,
Mm.
ring or knock the door, and then I'll decide if I want to
See,
answer
that's
the
for
door.
me. I wouldn't just walk in someone's yard. I'd knock and wait. But that's just how I was raised, innit? I think I think this comes down to the who it is because I don't know anyone where they knock on my door and I think I wouldn't want them to come in. Do you know what I mean? And I'm probably lucky in that way. I have a small circle, but even like, go on.
Say you had a bad day though. Say you had a bad day.
But I'll just say,
Imagine you imagine you're pissed off or you're in the middle of an argument. Then let's make it even worse. You're in the middle of an argument and the argument's heated and you want to win the argument and then the door someone just walks in. Now you got to diffuse the whole argument, act calm.
but for me,
Do you get what I'm
it'd be
saying? Like
jokes though. One and two. It's a sign. It's a sign, isn't it,
I
that
don't
that
know, man.
argument had to end. You know me anyway, man. I can't. I don't do the conflict thing. Like it's long. It's a long one. So, but I hear what you're saying though.
Imagine you're sleeping. Imagine you're sleeping in the middle of the day. Let's go back to the last episode when you talked about sleeping in the middle of the day. Imagine you're sleeping. Imagine you're sleeping and then you wake up and then someone's just tapping you, like
But who
waking
are
you
these
up.
people that you do?
That's it.
Who's coming into your yard waking you up
Yeah,
from?
but
These
even if it
deviants.
was me, if I no, I'm thinking even if it's just me, right? It's just me, and I just turn up, and I'm like that tapping you. You might not remember you're in your house. You don't have to have clothes on. You don't have to sleep in clothes. You could be sleeping just willy nilly, however you want. So imagine, yeah, I just turn up. I don't ring you. I don't knock or I knock, but I just open the door anyway, and then you're just spread out. And, do you know
I
what I
think
mean?
that'll
In
be
the living
worse
room.
for you than it is for me. I wouldn't care,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, man.
Listen, if you want to fast up yourself or come into the yard, that's your problem, innit? I'm not gonna do that, but I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I do
You
know
hear
what
what
you
I'm
mean.
saying, though?
And this
Like
isn't
it's
like anyone could just rock up to my yard and come in. But if I know you, if we're comfortable enough for you to think that you can do that, then you can probably do that. Do you know what I mean?
let's go. Let's talk about
Yeah,
sleeping in the day though, because
that
when you
threw you
spoke
off,
that about
innit?
that last week, yeah, it completely. Because I'm not against it, yeah, at all. But then, do you sleep at night as well?
So if I sleep in a day, I will sleep at night, but it's rare. In fact, when I was talking about last episode, it was because it's been recommended to me a lot of times by a lot of people, and particularly when they're saying or once you start hitting like, you know,
Middle age.
mid to late 40s and middle age, depending on how long you're willing to live for. But if
Middle
I'm
age,
living
man.
till obviously 70, then yeah, of course. But yeah.
Middle age, innit?
So, but no, they were just saying that they just go for like little sleeps and they feel fine. And I didn't like it before because it would mash me up for the rest of. If I go and have a nap, I'll be tired for the rest of the day. But now that I don't really care if I'm tired or not, and I'm not busy like that. I'm not like going out to raves on a Wednesday, after lectures and thing. I'm 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 calm in it. If I'm tired, I'm tired. But they were just saying, I think it's because as an adult, your sleep you sleep less at night and your sleep is more interrupted. Especially, obviously, I haven't got kids, but if you have kids and that, so I can see how that will work, and that's why I wanted to ask you because obviously you've had all the madnesses in the mornings where kids are running around and daddy, daddy, and all of that stuff. So I was wondering if you've napped in a day.
No, I have like 100%, but I think like to like apply some context to it as well. I think the only time I think I've ever really done that is especially early in the, like when the baby's born and they're just your sleep
Mm,
pattern's a mess anyway. You don't catch like 8 hours sleep of a night. You get like 4 to 6 good hours of sleep a night, and then you just got to catch a little half an hour, a little 40 minutes here, there, in a day. But I think as your kids get older and they're sleeping through the night, I don't know. I don't think I could sleep it. And like, don't get me
mm,
wrong, I've done it before, or I've been on a train or whatever. That's one of what I'm going to ask you that in a minute, actually. But I've slept like on a train or a plane or whatever in a day. But that's just because I've either been up really early or, and I know then I can still sleep overnight because you don't really
mm.
sleep properly on like, do you know what I mean, when you're on a train or a plane. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think the last time I slept in a day. I don't. Wow, it's got to be years. Probably when my daughter was born, because I don't, unless I'm ill as well, and even then I don't sleep in a day because I'm like for sleep
Mm.
already. I don't really. My sleep pattern's been a mess for years, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I
But
do.
would
I don't
you
think I
would
will
you want
or
to
would.
do it though? Like if there was a way that
If I could sleep at night, I would.
okay, so it's something you're curious about it then.
Like if I could still
Yeah.
sleep at night. Yeah, of course. Listen, if I if I can get like an extra hour and sleep and still sleep overnight, I'm taking it. And I don't even care what it costs. Even if I have to leave my front door open and people can just walk in, I don't care. I'll
So,
do it. But I know for a fact I could not sleep
but
overnight. I would not be able to
all right, let
sleep
me ask you
overnight.
something else then. If you watch a film in a day, do you ever fall asleep sometimes to the film, or if you're watching something? Oh, okay, that's where that's where
Never.
I started thinking. Actually, this makes sense because certain time, like what was I watching the other day? Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah,
That's
I fell asleep for
listen,
about an
guys.
hour, but yeah, it was calm down.
I'm not surprised, man. You know what I think about that already. I've never watched it.
Listen.
I've never seen Harry
No,
Potter and all
Harry
that.
Potter's its own
So
thing on it. We ain't even talking about Lord of the Rings is a serious film, slightly racist, but if you ignore that bit, it's a calm film.
swear.
Oh, it's mad. It's mad because we're going off. I'm going to bring it back around, but
Yeah.
in the first films that were made, when you watch it, everything that is bright and white is pure and good, and everything basically, yeah,
Everything that's
everything with
dark,
green
it's
eyes
evil.
is evil, and basically the orcs that are the bad guys, they're
But they're
they're black,
dark.
innit? Like, when you look at or like maybe even like Native
I knew
America,
there was a
because
reason.
they got dreads and they got the long hair and
Gave them
no, they
grass.
got they, like
No,
some of
the
them look like they got proper dreads. Yeah,
Rasta man.
it's a bit mad, and I realized it.
Bro,
I realized it, but then I thought, you know what? If I just look at it from a different angle, that they're just monsters in it, then I can get away with it. They corrected it anyway in the Hobbit. I've watched all of them, but they corrected it in the Hobbit where they mixed it up a little bit, so it wasn't all bad. But yeah, it's definitely like bright is good and dark is bad in that film in every way. It's mad. But sick.
that's
No,
why I
sick
don't watch
film
them,
though.
man.
Sick film.
I was gonna say though, like I think I think as another thing for me, and I don't know if you do, but I drink or I don't anymore, but I used to drink a lot of coffee. Do you get what I'm saying? Like from like 5:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening, probably later.
That's
My
mad.
last like cup of coffee would be like 5:30. That was when I used to work a lot, and I used to do them mad commutes like to
Yeah.
Birmingham every day. So I'd be up at like 5 o'clock. I'd have my first coffee then. I'd drink throughout the day. I'd get a coffee from the train back so I could watch something on my iPad or read or whatever. So by the time I got back, I didn't need to sleep because I'm full of caffeine still.
That's
So maybe
that's probably
that's where
what the
my,
issue. That's bare caffeine. Oh
yeah,
my
of course.
god.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have like at least, I'm talking, this is average, at least 9 to 10 cups of coffee a day. Or, like I don't know what they're called in Starbucks. It's not like the grande. That's like the big one, isn't it?
Okay,
Like a medium
yeah,
one. I don't know
yeah.
what a medium's called in Starbucks. Just a
He's
regular, whatever they're called, regular,
banging
whatever.
close to double figures of those a day.
Yeah, yeah. And no milk, so it's just pure. I don't have milk in my coffee, so it's literally just Americano
No
black.
wonder that you're
Keep it
anti-napping.
simple.
Like, just it's just alien to your body, isn't it? Like, just sleep. That's I didn't even know you was drinking that much
Yeah, but
like
kids,
before.
yeah, remember we spoke about this years ago, not on the pod or nothing, but I messaged you one day and I was like, I think that's when I was like coming off the coffee, like I was like having withdrawal symptoms. Remember,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I had to
I
stop drinking
forgot.
coffee because it was keeping me awake, and I remember messaging you saying like, I'm really struggling, like, I
Yeah, yeah,
need your help,
because
sort of
yeah,
thing,
caffeine
because
ain't a joke. Like, it's a
yeah,
serious.
it was
Yeah.
addictive, man. I was drinking it like it was water. So now, like today, I haven't had one. Like I sound like a mad coffee fiend here, but like I don't drink coffee every day anymore. Like I'll just have one in the morning, and then that's it. Then, and then if I get tired throughout the day, I get tired, or I have like some fruit or something, just something to keep me awake.
How,
But
how did
yeah,
you get
man.
into coffee? So for context, I had one coffee once. And I'll tell you about when that was as well, so I remember it. But I don't even caffeine is just something unless it's just in some of the foods that I eat, like chocolate or whatever. I don't do it. So how did you actually start drinking coffee? Like, what was the point where you thought this is something I need in my life?
I, I can't even remember. I can't even remember. I think I can't even remember, man. I think one day I just tried it. I think as well because I'm not really like I've never been a tea drinker ever. I've had like 3 cups of tea in my life ever. Probably not that. In fact, I'm exaggerating. I probably had two. Let's take it down a notch. Like green tea and all them kind of like what they call the herbally ones and all that. I'll drink them, but like
Like the
proper
English breakfast,
tea, BG
Earl
tips,
Grey thing.
Tetley and
Yeah.
all them. Yeah, and all them. No, I don't touch them. So I think one day I think I just had coffee. I think I just tried it. The one I can't. It must have been like a work thing. That's the only time I would have tried it. So I must have tried it there. But I used to drink it with milk. And one day I was going to London. I'll never forget the day. Never forget this day. I got on the train at Liverpool, and then obviously like this is like 7 o'clock in the morning, like the 7 o'clock train in the morning. And my belly was doing a madness on this train because of the milk, innit?
Oh,
so, I was just like, nah, this
oh,
ain't
so just
happening
stripped
right
it out.
now. And then I knew, nah, I had to, I had to firm this journey for like two and a half
Obviously.
hour journey. I had to firm it because I thought I'm not doing this nothing on this train. And I've been in the Euston toilets before and it like for like just a
Yeah,
normal wee or whatever I piss. And I know what they're like in there.
can't be
So I
happening.
thought there's no
Yeah.
way you're catching me not in Euston. Like fuck that. So I had to firm it on the tube as well. And I thought this is the one day I have to give up milk because this cannot happen again. And then the one other time, the woman at Cafe Nero, I said black Americano, and I'm gonna have to call her a bitch because that's what she was. I'm sorry, but she put milk in the coffee in it. So then basically the same thing happened to me again, but this one was like touching, like this was photo finished. Like I was lucky to get to the toilet that time. But anyway, back to the whole sleeping thing. Yeah, basically, I think I couldn't sleep in the day because I know what my body clock is like, and I know that if I did do that, I don't think I'd sleep at night. Like it just wouldn't happen for me. I know what my body's like. The worst thing for me is if I get woken up overnight, say I go to bed at 10 and then I get woken up at like 1 in the morning, I'm awake all night then.
that's a bit, man.
Do you get what I'm saying? I can tell you're the total opposite. I know you probably sleep through like anything. Do you get
Then
what I'm
now I'll
saying? Am I
wake
lying?
up.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like could be like anything happening, like the world could be about to end, and I think you'd
I
still
think
sleep through it.
even if you try to wake me up, but don't to be fair,
Just say, get off me, man.
the
Leave
only
me.
time when I struggle with sleep is like intermittently I have issues with my back. So if I'm in pain because of my back, then I'll wake up quite a lot. But other than that, not like you could break in my house, you can I don't know, like draw on my face.
If
Yeah,
your
if my
door's
door's
open,
open to
innit?
anyone, yeah, you draw on my face. Like I ain't waking up. Um, but
You must have some mad uni stories. I don't want to get into
it
them,
started
but
before then. To be fair, like I was one of them dons where in secondary school times, from about the age of 12, I actually used to just stay up. You know, we're talking about staying up to watch wrestling. So I'd do things like I'd stay up to watch wrestling, or
yeah,
I'd just
yeah,
be
yeah.
playing computer games until like going back to the last episode, distractions. Yeah, like
That was
I'd do my homework, like finish up 11 o'clock, start playing pro, go sleep at 5, wake up at 7, go school, sleep at school. It was a mess. So and then uni wasn't any better because I'm trying to think. It was a Call of Duty times when like Call of Duty 3 or whatever came out. Yeah, we're just up until 5 in the morning. So I think that's my body is just tired from all of that abuse. And then yeah, it's just since then I've never have a problem going to sleep. But the napping thing, what I find is if I eat big in the day, I have to sleep it off. Otherwise, I feel a bit murdered. But I think, yeah, I know you're laughing. I think if we were all given longer lunch breaks and we all worked quite close to home, and we had the option of having a little meal, having a little sleep to sleep it off, and go back.
my
Yeah,
face
yeah.
is in
But
Spain. What do they
that's
call
what
them
I'm
things?
saying. Yeah, like
Siestas.
have a little siesta. I think a lot of, it would help a
Listen,
lot of people because even like later on if you're and I shouldn't be advising this because of my job because I'm there out there telling people oh yeah don't nap and all of that but personally I think if the lifestyle was different and we had naps I feel like we'd spend enough energy in a day to then be tired enough to go sleep and I think we'd actually be a lot more relaxed but I feel like just going
just
because I know you're up early. Like, some days I'm up at like 6, 7. Some days like 10 to 6. Just going flat out, and then what? Sometimes I'm going football at like 7, not getting home until like 9, 10. Hell yeah, I'd like a nap. Like my body needs to rest. That's why I'm so mad. That's why I'm not waking up when I go sleep. I'm just saying that. Do you know what I mean?
but if you did
Mm,
this siesta thing, yeah, don't forget in Spain, like work,
mm.
especially here as well. Let's be real. If you had a siesta in the middle of the day, do you think you're still finishing at the
Yeah,
time that you're
because it's
finishing?
me, innit? Other people ain't, but
Nah,
I'll just say it
no,
to
no, no,
work.
no, no. They want to. They go. Listen, go and take your
Yeah,
siesta. It's fine. Go and have it. But you're working an extra 2 hours on top of that. You're not finishing at the same time. You got to finish at 10 o'clock now.
but then
Do you get what
it
I'm saying?
depends
Like they would.
because in Spain and I think they have it in the same in France and maybe possibly Italy as well, but definitely in Spain, you go and have you go and eat with your family or your friends. So imagine,
What in a
yeah.
siesta?
So
You don't
no,
sleep.
they'll eat and then some people have a nap, some people won't, but quite often you'll eat with your kids or you eat with your family.
Oh no 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 no! If nah, forget that. Then I'll just do that. I can do that at the end of the night. After I finish work. No, I thought that was your time to
No,
go
no,
and
you go
sleep,
eat lunch,
and
but you have
then
enough time to actually eat lunch and do something. But you know,
oh no no no
I
no
just
no
think we're conditioned to just do things. But I feel like if actually we had a break, I don't know. Like personally, I don't know if like my brother was around, if we all were local and he was about, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to go get lunch?" I was like, "Yeah." Do you know what I mean? But
I
I
hear what you're
think just
saying.
because of the, and we're all working, even if we're not even in London, we're still working far, and we get like that stupid like 30-minute lunch break where it's 29 minutes to get your lunch or heat up your lunch because the microwave's busy, and then you're there in meetings like trying to down pasta, and there's that you're trying to chew it and talk, and yeah, it's long, man. So I just think it's a mindset, but I'm gonna try it one day, definitely.
How, how often do you sleep, or would you choose to sleep in a day though? Would it be like a once a day thing, like every day in a week, or is it, or currently? Because I'm assuming you still kind of have a little nap every now and again when you can, but do you like how
No,
often are you
I'm
doing
not.
that
I'm not gonna
at the
lie.
moment?
It's rare. I think I purposefully done it like twice during the day. So like this
I don't know how
this
I don't know
was
how you do
in
that.
like the beginning of the pandemic. So I was working a long day, so I had a longer break. So I just did that in a break. It was fine. Um, Now I've noticed it's crept more into the weekends. So, like I said, especially if I'm watching a film or just anything, I'll eat and then I just can't stay awake. I wake up like Netflix or Now TV or whatever's taking me to like 8 episodes down the line. Or do you know what I mean? You wake up and you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel I don't even know if it's the same episode. It's in the same place where you left it, but obviously it's an episode along. So, but yeah, I don't mind. Like, it's okay for me personally. I'm
Boy,
not
man,
advocating
I
this, and
don't know,
obviously,
man.
like I said, in terms of my job, I don't recommend it. But if it works for you, it works for you. It's like caffeine. I used to drink tea when I was young. I don't drink caffeine now, but I used to drink tea before going to bed. I slept fine. Some people do that. Like it's calm. Don't know.
You're sending me, you're sending me back to the dark place of caffeine, man.